Hello everybody and welcome to another Marvel Legends review brought to you by Robot Kingdom. This is the first of my Marvel Studios, the first 10 years review. This is Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. We never got a Ronan, we got the Build-A-Figure, obviously done in that cartoon style, but we never got a Ronan figure. Quick look at the box. We have a quick write-up. We have the Guardians on the back there, and again another write-up and picture of Ronan. Side of the box we have some pretty nice looking artwork, and on the bottom of the box we have our licensing and distribution. Without further ado, let's crack him open. And here we have the Accuser out of his plastic prison to look at. He is phenomenal. It's a fantastic resemblance, but he is definitely not without his flaws. So I'll cover that a little bit more when we talk about the articulation, but the sculpt is very refreshing. I love how the chainmail just kind of hangs down over his back, and this all looks like cloth texture. They've done a remarkable job. The paint application itself is a little lackluster in places, considering this is kind of like their premium versions of the figures. They're getting released with repaints and slight resculpts, for example like the Hulkbuster and Bucky and Falcon. This should be a definitive version of the character, but they've made some sloppy errors. For example, let's take a look at that face sculpt. The eyes aren't too bad. They do kind of look straight ahead. You know, they've kind of captured the resemblance. But I can kind of let it slip on the face because this is paint that's applied to him as well. And those eyes are pretty nice. The armor and texture is really nicely done, especially the chainmail here. It does look like a fabric cloth, but I believe it's just a very pliable plastic. Got some nice boots. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think majority of this is a new sculpt designed just to get that movie resemblance. These at the back here are a little bit shiny. I could do with being dirtied up a bit. His entire armor looks very clean and very new. We can see the cuts in the back there for the joints. The arms, the hands, nicely done. Again though, very clean. The actual hammer itself, it's textured. No real problems with that. A little bit of marbling on the top there, but I don't think that's anything we should be concerned with. And we do have these two sections on the hammer where the hands can grip. And if we take a little look in there, we have our infinity gem or stone, whatever they're calling them now. It feels like it's been made on a 3D printer. Now you might be thinking, right Ben, so what is your gripes about this lovely Ronan the Accuser? Well, first of all, we've got a lot of marbling on the top tier, but when we move the head, oh dear, the entire shoulder pads move with the head. That is a big no-no. Firstly, it looks horrendous, and secondly, it really impedes his articulation. I mean, as a standard figure, considering this is a big kind of cloaked chainmail section, you expect the articulation to be hindered somewhat, but I mean, up is kind of difficult. Down is pretty nice, but then look at that shoulder. That is very awkward indeed. And left and right, we've already established is going to be a problem. Shoulders can still come out to the side. They are pretty stiff, but there's enough flex in there, so that's passable. I think we can go up to the front and to the back. We do have an upper bicep cut there. We have a double jointed bend on that elbow. Looking at the back of the elbow, it's not the ugliest of joints. The wrists are on a ball peg, and we do have quite a nice range on those, a nice pivot in there. The torso can rotate, we can go forwards and backwards that much. The legs can come out to the front, they can come that far out to the back and out to the side that much, really being hindered somewhat by this chainmail section here. We do get a nice double jointed bend on the knee, but again hindered by this back piece. We have forwards and backwards on the foot, and we get that nice Marvel Legends ankle rocker. And on the base we do have peg holes. Now for a Kree Enforcer, his dance moves may be somewhat robotic, but he's a very well balanced figure. A quick scale comparison alongside some of the other movie wave figures. Please excuse the awful Rocket and Gamora. I've yet to replace them. And of course Quill is showing off his gorgeous dance moves. But yeah, I mean, he's a pretty decent sized figure. I think that's pretty accurate to the movies. Standing right in around the 7-inch mark, that's around 17 to 18 centimeters. And here we have him with Deadpool on a scooter. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking for a figure to be doing dance-offs with Peter Quill, this one is a little bit too static for my liking, but if you just want to complete your MCU shelf, then this is a must. He really does look the part. The sculpts are getting better and better. They've done a good job with this figure looks wise. It's just hindered by the use of materials. If Marvel Legends were ever to have a cloth like Mezco do, then yes, this figure would be exceptional. But for now, it's more than adequate to fill that Ronan void in my Marvel Cinematic Universe. Once again, I'd like to thank Robot Kingdom for making this review possible, and until next time, from myself and Ronan, goodbye.